Organizing and placing your drawings on sheets is very important because it brings accordance to your work. In today's tutorial, I'll be guiding you in the step-by-step process on how to create your own custom sheets in Revit. If this is your first time joining us, welcome to ArchiQuest. My name is Grant, and in this channel we dish out interesting content relating to architecture. So without wasting your time, let's dive into the video. So for us to create our sheets in Revit, the first thing we need to do is to open a file. We create a new file. We click on New. We change this to Architectural Template. We click OK. Now Revit automatically comes with a default sheet. You will see it under the project browser. So this is a default sheet. Now if you click on this sheet, you will see the size of this sheet. This is 840 by 594. So this is an A1 size sheet. Now, so depending on the size of sheets you want to create, you can edit this sheet, double clicking on it to open the sheet. You can delete it entirely, then you can start creating your own sheets. So let's say I want to create an A3 size sheet. Now A3 size sheet, that is 420 by 297. So this is 420 and this is 297. So this is how the size of the A3 sheet is going to look like. Now the first thing we're going to do is to take out our borders. We're going to be using 10 mm all round. Now these are for the borders. The next thing we're going to do is to create our title panel. You just take an offset of 10 mm. We're going to create 5, okay, let's use 4 rows. After that, we click on our offset again. Let's take out 40 this way and 60 this way, 60 this way, and also 40 this way. Now mind you, creating this panel depends on the user. Now, so my own design can differ from your own design depending on what you want to do. Now what I just did, I used the trim and extend to trim all these lines to the selected one. Now the next thing we're going to do is to break these inner ones. You can break the 3 of them. Now we'll trim all the inner lines to this, and we'll also trim all the inner lines. Click on this and we'll select the inner lines, we'll trim them to this. Now so this is just a typical A3 sized sheet layout. Now you can also do more designs on this sheet layout if you want. Let's say I want to use 20. Okay, that's too much. Let's say 10. I want to use 10 here, 10 here. Good. Now then I trim this. You break it here by using the split tool. Then you click on your trim, you trim this one, you trim this one, you trim this one. You do the same thing for down using your split tool. You break this and you break that. Okay, we didn't trim this, we have to trim this. Then you also trim this one, this, and this. Now you can see that you are already done with 3 minutes. Now you can see this panel is looking okay and is looking nice. So this is like the basic panel used in school. So this is like for students. So the next thing we're going to do is to create our guidelines. Now for that, we're going to use the same offset. Let's say 3. Let's say 3. We're going to offset 3. Offset 3 here, offset 3 here. Do the same thing here. Do the same thing here. Do the same thing here. Now we need to make sure we know the main lines so that we can change them, make them wide lines. You can now see the difference. Now let's also select this, select this, select this. Click on tab to select the whole square. Hold Control and you click it. Select this by holding Control. Select all these lines. Now select this one and also this one. So we change them to wide lines. Now you can see how this is looking. Click this, you change it to wild lines. So you only have your grid lines that will be faint. Now you can also do the same thing for this one, or you can just copy the grid lines you have here. You hold Control and you select all of them, then you mirror it. You mirror it here. It automatically appears this way. Now you see you have successfully created your sheets with all the title panels. Now the next thing we need to do is to add our name, all our information, all the information we need on this sheet, from our name. If you are in a school, you add your reg number, your department, the course, and you add your scale, date, drawing number. So for us to do that, what we need to do is to click on our sheets, on our text tab. We click on the text tab, we place it here, and first of all we need to edit the text size. Well, let me just write something. We need to edit the text size. Make this duplicate, let's say 4 mm. Okay, let's change this to elegant locks. Change this to 4 mm. Make this transparent so that it doesn't obstruct anything, and you click on OK. Okay, so the distance from this grid to this other grid is 4 mm. So the next thing we need to do is to select the text and we align it to this line. Make sure it's on this line. Now we can copy this text. We can copy it from this grid to this, to this, to this. We can also copy it here. Then you can select the text, click on filter, uncheck lines, make sure it's only text that is selected, and you copy this text to these points. Good. Now as this is here, the first thing you need to do is to change this, to start editing it. This is name, reg number, that's registration number, department, date. You can change this one, scale, drawing number. DWG is the shortcut for drawing number. Title, drawing title. Okay, so let's start editing the name. Name Aki Quest. Reg number YouTube. Department YouTube, or let's say reg number 2024. Then date, today's date is 11th of February 2024, or let's just write it this way, 11th February. Okay, then you come over here. Now for this scale, now since you have added the ones that are going to be constant, which is your name remains your name, your reg number remains your reg number, your department remains your department, the date. Now we can change, since the dates can change, because if you work on a project today and let's say you work on the same project, let's say next month, you don't have to come to start editing the date again. So we don't need this, because this is going to be permanent, this 11th of February. So we need to put a label on this, so that whatever day we are in or whatever date we are in, it will automatically change it to that date. So we are going to delete this. Now we click on create, we click on label, then we create our label, we select projects issue date. Okay, now let's change this to 4 duplicates, 4 millimeters. Okay, let's change this to 4. The font is Elegant Locks. Elegant Locks. Let's make it bold, transparent. Okay, so this is it. Now let's adjust it upwards. Correct. Now let's also do this. I don't think we made this bold. Let's make this bold. Okay. So that is all. Then this is it for the date. We'll leave it that way. Once we import it into a project, it will automatically change. You don't need to change anything here. You can't even edit the text. So we do the same thing for the scale. We click on this, we delete this, we click on create, label, we paste our label right here, we click on projects. Okay, see scale, we click on scale. Okay, we click on this, change it to the 4mm sheets type, text size. Then we edit this, we drag this up. Okay, that's that for scale. Now drawing number, we click on this, we delete this, come back to create, label, drawing number, project number, sorry, sheet number. Okay, now this is it. We change this to 4mm. We take this up. Okay, now this is good. Now drawing title, the same thing, delete. We use a label for it because the drawing title will keep changing. We use a label for it. Let's change this to 4mm here. We click on this, then we check for the title. Title. That's sheet name. Good. Click on sheet name. You click on this. Okay. We adjust this to make it balance up here. Then this last one, whatever you feel, or let's just put drawn by. Okay, drawn by is already your name. Or let's put mentor. Because we all have a mentor. So our mentor can be permanent. Our mentors can be permanent. But if you want it to be something you can edit, maybe when they give you another mentor in the next semester or in the next term, we delete this, we click on create, we create our label, we click on this, then we look for where is it? Checked by, or client's name, or checked by. We use checked by because the person that is checking your drawings, that's your mentor. We use checked by. So we checked by, click this, and we adjust it upwards. Good. So this is all for the sheet. Then the last thing we're going to do is the project title, which is going to be in the center here. So we do the same thing. We create a label. Now this is going to be bigger, but let's create the project title first. To click on this project name. Okay. Good. Now this, we are going to make this bigger. Let's say we are going to use, let's use that 8. Where is that 8mm? Good. Now let's edit it. Elegant Locks major. bold, transparent. Okay. Or we can actually use a different font. Let's use a different font because this is the title. Let's use TW. Yes, let's use this. Okay, so this is the project title. So that is that for that. So we have completed our sheet design. Now the next thing for us to do is to import it into our project, is to load in this sheet into our project. So all we need to do is to load into project, override the existing version and its parameter. That is, this sheet that is here now will change automatically to our loaded in sheet. Now you can see the sheet is looking very perfect and nice. So we need to save this sheet. We click on Ctrl S here. We go back to the sheet, save it, Ctrl S. Let's say we want to save it on our desktop. We save it on our desktop. We save it A3 sheet. A3 sheet. Horizontally paneled. A3 horizontally paneled sheet. Good. So we save this. So whenever we want to use this sheet again, we can just go to our desktop, search for A3 horizontally paneled sheet, and we can bring it back into the project. So since we've saved the sheet, we can cancel this. Now this is our sheet. Now those labels which we added, this is how they work. Now you can see this sheet name and this sheet number here, A100, and the sheet name is unnamed. That's what is here. Drawing number A100, drawing title unnamed. Now you can change this. Once you click on this, you right click, you rename. Let's say this is our sheet 01, our drawing number 01, and the name of this sheet is ground floor plan. Ground floor plan. Okay. Now you will see that this would automatically change to ground floor plan and 01. Now you can see it's entering the next border. So we can reduce the length of the word. Let's say ground floor plan. Let's say GFL. Ground G floor plan. Good. Now let's just use this for now. Ground floor plan. You can see drawing 1. Then we can see our mentor. Now we can edit this mentor from here. Now, but whoever our mentor is, we don't need to start opening this sheet to edit the sheet and put the mentor. We can just quickly do that from here. Let's say our mentor is Aki Quest. Now you can see that's automatically been added Aki Quest. Then our scale, since we've not yet added any drawing inside this project, so the scale is not going to show yet. But if we, let's say for instance, we come to our level 0 and let's say we draw a wall. Let's just use any wall. Let's just draw this. Good. And then we'll come back to our ground floor plan and we put this level 0 into this project. You can see since the level 0 is on scale 1:100, you will see that the scale here will automatically change to 1:100. If we delete this project, you can see that there is no scale here. Good. So that's how it works. Then for the project name, you can just come here and type in what the project name is. How to create your custom sheets. How to create your custom sheet. Now you can see how this thing is. So we just need to do some small editing. We come here and we drag this to the edge. Drag this to the edge. Load into projects. Okay. Now you see it's long, so we just need to reduce the text size. Let's use 7. Okay. Load into project. Override this thing is still long. let's make use of 5. Let's make use of 5 then. Okay, load into project. Good. Now you see how this is. Then we can make sure this is in the center here. Okay, so you can see this is how you create your sheets in Revit to your taste. Now the issue date, you can just edit the date here. Instead of whatever date it is, you can automatically edit the dates here. So that's how you create your custom sheets in Revit. And one more thing, it depends on you. Since you have used these guidelines to guide your text, to make sure your texts are accurate and perfect, you can choose to leave them if you want, or you can choose to delete them if you want. So I'm going to be deleting them. Okay, then load back into project, override the existing version. Now this is how your sheet looks like. If this video was in any way helpful to you, kindly give us a like, share our videos to your colleagues because they would be in need of this video. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, and please turn on the notification button so that you don't miss out on interesting videos like this. See you guys in our next video.